What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I'm joined by Tyler, and we are here for our Red Dead Redemption 2 community series, a brand new community series on our channel. We've had a lot of community series for different games and movies over the past couple of years, and we're doing Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, this is going to come out every single Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time, leading up to Red Dead Redemption 2, coming out at the end of October. So Tyler and I are going to be talking about Red Dead-related topics regarding Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, if there's anything you want us to talk about, please leave in the comments below of this video or any of our future videos, and we'll try and talk to those. But for now, we have a topic of our own, and the topic is actually a little bit of a worrisome one. We want to talk about flat out if Red Dead Redemption 2 will not be good, if it'll suck, because we've had conflicting reports. I actually was quite impressed by the gameplay trailer that they showed, really the only one that they had. It was like 8-9 minutes long, and it was the first time we saw a large chunk of Red Dead Redemption 2 stuff, and it looked really good. But from what we've heard from like Twitter and social media, people that have played the game have come away with split impressions. Some people think it was very flat out boring. There was a report of a playtester or someone who actually got a chance to play the game that fell asleep while playing the game. So there's conflicting reports, and I think it's worth talking through because we really don't know that much about the game or have seen that much about the game, and the reports of it are not all great. So Tyler, do you think it's a possibility that the game will not actually be not just the game of the year, because it could very well be a game of the year contender, but do you think it's a possibility that it's just not good at all?
The funny thing is, I remember when we first saw it, I said to Alex that somehow, although it looked good, it somehow looked less than Red Dead Redemption. Which was strange because it sort of looked better, sort of like how they showed the environment looked better, but there was something about it. I think I even remember, maybe Alex will remember that I said it. I believe I even said that even the character models I felt didn't even look as good, which was strange to me because it's been, many years. And I loved Red Dead Redemption. I know Alex did. I played it with Alex online. I played it with my friend Matt a lot. So it's definitely a game that I remember that was the game before The Witcher 3 for me that I was like, that's a game. Red Dead is a game that I almost hold other games, especially open world games. The Red Dead set the bar, and then The Witcher did after that. But then, when they announced Red Dead 2, then we saw Red Dead 2. I was excited when they announced it. I knew they were making it, but excited when they formally announced it. Then when they showed it, I was like, oh, I don't know. But then, how and I told Alex, starting in August, they're going to start showing gameplay trailers and gameplay stuff. That's just how Rockstar does stuff. And then we saw it, and I'm like, okay, it's looking pretty cool. But then, one thing that started to kind of stick out to me was the fact was how you could sit at a campfire and just shoot camp stories, you'll be listening to all these camp stories and stuff, and I'm like, why would I do that? I don't want to do that, but it's part of the game. It's not like you have a choice for sometimes. That's how they tell some of the story, and some of the backstory is sitting at a campfire and you're eating out of your canned beans or whatever, and I'm like, but I want to explore, I want to do stuff. I don't want to be sitting there. There's nothing more that I hate in a video game is when not only is it a 30-minute Final Fantasy 16 or 15 cutscene, but I hate when it's sort of a cutscene, but you're in the game world, you could still move the camera, but the character's sitting there for endless amount of time. That drives me absolutely nuts. So it makes sense that the one playtester fell asleep, because it's is that how they're gonna be doing some of this stuff? I hope not. Because all I want to do, I want to explore. I want to hunt. I want to see that's exploring, but at night, how you can see all the stars and different. I just, that kind of stuff, the wilderness. That's what draws me to this game. Story-wise, I don't really care, because they haven't really made me care at all. All these characters, I'm getting confused, to be honest. I thought you got to switch between characters, but you're not, I think. I'm pretty sure you're not switching between characters. That's just how I think it appeared. at first, maybe from the initial artwork, because there was like 5 people. I almost don't know what Red Dead Redemption 2 is about. I know it's a prequel, but it's a sequel. I don't know. So I guess there are some things, because Rockstar does, like with Grand Theft Auto 5, they did take a risk with the whole switching of characters. And they said, like, that's what they're going to do from now on. Apparently, that's not what they're going to do from now on, because that's not in Red Dead 2. But yet it worked really well in Grand Theft Auto 5. Story was really good and all that. So I don't know. See, the thing with Rockstar, and I've always said that with Alex, I don't know if I've ever said it here, is they never show up at E3. They feel like they don't have to. It seems like they think they're better than everybody else, and they're not. Max Payne 3 wasn't that great. L.A. Noire was good, but wasn't that great. Grand Theft Auto 5 was really good. It was actually very good. But it's only a matter of time until they hit... Red Dead, obviously, was fantastic. But it's only a matter of time until they hit a game that they don't hype up, because they don't hype. They have like a weird, different kind of hype. But they kind of promote it in a way that it's like, this is going to be the best thing ever. His hair grows and his beard grows. But the barber, he can only cut your hair and trim your beard based on the length of it. Take that, Witcher. Okay, that's cool and all, but that's nothing. That isn't like a bullet point to put on the back of the box. But it is something that they will do that with. Because there's not much else, because really, we don't know that much. We know that they updated some stuff, but honestly, big deal. I know that the trigger buttons are used to interact with the world. So I do remember reading that people were going around, and you can talk people out, like out or down from different things. If you rob a place and the police catch you, instead of killing them, you can go up to them and you can pay them. You could give them money. That's cool. Want to know what's not cool? Because it's the trigger button and people weren't close enough to the cop, they punched the cop and caused a big problem. That's not cool. So, this kind of stuff, when I hear this stuff, I hear people falling asleep, the campfire and all that stuff, I feel like what that's going to cause, the trigger stuff, that's going to cause scenarios where it's like the only thing that is enjoyable is when I am free roaming and doing what I want to do and only killing people, not punching them by mistake. Because any other time, it's going to be mistakes. It's going to be where I'm sitting there listening, or I'm beating all these people up by accident. And it's not doing something that I'm not intending to do. When you do something that you don't intend to do, that isn't fun. When you sit there and you're getting told stories for a couple minutes, that isn't fun. So when I hear that stuff and it sounds like it's going to break up, what's going on, like playing the video game, not the video movie, I don't know. It does actually make me question, because they said this is what they said. You can interact with every single NPC in the world. You can interact with every NPC in the world. That could be going up to them, shaking their hand. You can go up to them, and when you hit interact, you might say something to them, or they might say something to you, and then you have a conversation. You can go up to them and hit the trigger button and accidentally punch them. That's a feature. That's a bullet point for the back of the box. So you could do all these different things. You could overhear something. You could interact because maybe somebody was whispering, so you go over and you're like, hey, what are you talking about? It's like, oh, well, I don't know if you heard, but they have this sex ring in the back of this bar. And then you could go and you could find them and steal all the money, whatever. So you could do all that stuff. And that is cool that you can do that. But the problem is that, like, if I'm half asleep and I'm trying to just high five somebody and I just keep punching everybody in the face in the whole town, that eventually isn't fun. That ruins the game. So I guess what I'm saying is the concept of everything on paper sounds great. Sounds like a lot of fun. But how it's going to be executed may actually be a big mistake. And that's what matters the most. So I think, and The Last Jedi, if that taught me anything, that something that could be amazing and should be amazing could also end up turning into the largest cluster, you know what, in the world. Because Red Dead, I remember, sold like multi-million copies. So we'll see, but I'm excited. You know, I pre-ordered it. I'm very excited. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it that night. But we will see, because it could become one of the second most upsetting gaming scenarios this year.
No, I agree. I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 was a massively popular game. It was so much fun. I remember it was one of the first games you and I had actually played together, and we would hang out. So it holds a lot of memories, and it's a really, really special game. And Red Dead 2 could definitely be special. All the things Tyler's talked about, but I don't know, there's just something about it where it does seem a little bit worrisome. And like Tyler said, with like The Last Jedi, it showed us that. And in The Last Jedi, everybody said how great it was going, and we were kind of caught off guard, being like, wait, this is a disaster, and everybody said it was so great. This one's already having mixed signals, and that's not a good thing to me. But let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think of this entire topic? Do you think Red Dead Redemption 2 will be good, or do you actually think it could be bad? Let us know. Again, these Red Dead Redemption 2 Community Series videos go up every single week, every Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time, leading up to Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out on October 26th. We're very excited for the game. We'll have tons of stuff for the game when it comes out, and we'll talk about that as we get closer and closer. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you for next week's video.